Good evening, everyone. I will be the first reporter for this Audit CIS environment. Application controls. Another set of specialized controls in the EDP system is application controls. Application controls are controls that relate to specific application instead of multiple applications. Each accounting application that is processed in the EDP system is controlled during three steps within EDP. First is input, second processing, and output. And the input step converts human readable information into computer readable information. Ensuring the integrity of the information in the computer is critical during the processing step. Presentation of the results of processing to the user and retention of data for future use occurs in the output step. Common controls relating to input, processing, and output are presented and discussed with specific examples. The candidate should be prepared to identify these controls in a multiple choice questions or use several of them in an essay question. Input controls. Input data should be properly authorized and approved. The system should verify all significant data fields used to record information or editing the data. Conversion of data into machine readable form should be controlled and verified for accuracy. Movement of data between processing steps and departments should be controlled. The correction of errors and resubmission of corrected transactions should be reviewed and controlled. To ensure the integrity and of the human readable data into a computer readable format, there are many common controls that can be used. A. Pre-printed form information is a pre-assigned, a placed, and a format on the input form used. The form reduces the possibility that computer input operators will miss or ignore input data recorded by users. This control is used when a large quantity of repetitive data is input. Check digit, an extra digit is added to identification number to detect certain types of data transmission or transposition errors. It is used to verify that the number was entered into the computer system correctly, or within the application program, there is a software code that recomputers the checked digit. An extra number on account number that is calculated as a mathematical combination of other digits. For example, a bank may add a check digit individuals to 7-digit accounts numbers. The computer will calculate the correct digit based on the performing predetermined mathematical operations on the 7-digit account number and will then compare it to the check digit which has been inputted. Controlled batch or proof total. A total of one numerical field for all the records of a batch normally would be added total sales pesos. Hash totals. A total of one field for all the records of a batch where the total is meaningless and the total for financial purposes. A mathematical sum of account numbers added together. Record count. A control that used for accountability to ensure all the records received are processed. Reasonableness and limit test. These tests determine if amounts are too high or too low or unreasonable. For example, for a field that indicates auditing exam scores, a limit check would test for scores over a 100. A reasonableness check is similar to a validity check. Menu-driven input. If input is being entered into a CRT, then the operator should be greeted by a menu and prompted as to the proper response to make. Example, what score did you get on auditing part of the CPA exam? So it should be 75 to 100. Field checks. Checks that make certain only numbers, alphabetical characters, special characters, and proper positive and negative signs are accepted into a specific data field where they are required. Example, a pay rate should include only numerical data. Numeric check would assure that should only numbers will be accepted into these columns if alphabetical information were erroneously inputted, an error message would result. Validity check, a check which allows only valid transactions or data to be entered into the system. Example, field indicating sex of an individual where 1 is male and 2 is female. If coded with 3, would not be accepted. Missing data check should not, for example, and message would result if blank exists in input data where the employee's division number an error. Field size check. If an exact number of characters is in is inputted, example employee numbers all of 6 digit, an error message would result if less than 6 or greater than 6 characters are inputted. And lastly, logic check ensures that illogical combinations of inputs are not accepted into the computer.
Controls. First is controls. Or control total should be produced and reconciles with input controls totals to proof of batch totals. Control should prevent processing the wrong file and detect errors in files manipulation or label checks. Next is limit and reasonableness check should be incorporated into programs to prevent illogical result as such as reducing inventory to a negative value. Next is run totals should be verified at appropriate points in the processing cycles. This ensure that records are not added or lost during the processing runs. Second is once the input has been accepted by the computer, it usually is processed through multiple steps. Processing controls are essentials to ensure the integrity of the data through all of the processing steps. Next, please. Example of processing controls that are established during the input steps and are revised or checked during the processing includes records, accounts, hash totals, and control totals. Two additional controls that should be established are first is checkpoint or restores capacity. If a particular program requires a significant amount of time to process, it is desirable to have software within the application that allows the operator the ability to restart the application at the last checkpoint pass as opposed to restarting the entire application. Second is resolution procedures. Individual transactions may be rejected during the processing as a result of the error detection controls in place. There should be complementary controls that ensure those records are corrected and re-entered into the system. Logging of errors in the suspense files or suspended transaction and often used to control error solution. Next, please.
So hi, I'm Yul Adrian G. Arbis. I will be reporting the output controls. So controls. So visual review of the output should be done by a user or an independent control group. So under the independent control group, nadia si output control, which is the total should be reconciled with input and processing control totals. Next is output should be scanned and tested by comparison to original source documents. Next is system outputs should be distributed only to authorized users. Prior to the release of the output to the user, there should be appropriate controls in place to ensure that processing was accomplished according to specifications. Next, please. Pre, next, pre. So the following controls are frequently used to maintain the integrity of processing. So first control is control total. So the user of a application will frequently give the operator the expected result of processing ahead of time to allow the operator to verify that processing was completed properly and to notify the user if the totals did not agree. B. Limiting the quantity of output and total processing time. So time restraints and output page generation constraints are often automated, with the job being run to ensure that if processing is being done in error, the job will not utilize resources needlessly. Third is error message resolution. So following each job, the system provides technical codes indicating the perceived success of the job run. So the following operator should be trained to recognize these codes and take the appropriate detailed detailed in the operations run manual.
Major types of computer fraud. Auditors must be alert to the increase of potential for management fraud given computer capability for altering databases and fabricating documentation for non-existent transactions. Fraud have typically relied on techniques unique to computers such as the salami technique, Trojan horses, virus programs, and trapdoors. Auditors should be alert to the potential for these types of fraud when evaluating control risk for clients using computerized systems. Salami technique computer. Computer programs are modified to inappropriately round off calculations to the benefit of the fraud perpetrator, the amounts then placed in an account perpetrator. In some of the most famous cases, the payment of centavos interest detoured from bank accounts amounted to thefts of millions of pesos. Next, please. Trojan horse. It is an unauthorized program placed within an authorized one. Trojan horses typically are designed to wait until a specific time when they act and then erase all evidence of their existence. For example, a Trojan horse can be used to destroy important data and then destroy itself. Fired employees have used Trojan horses to destroy their employers' data. Virus programs. These are programs with unauthorized information or instructions. They can spread by the electronic transfer of information between systems or the physical exchange of media, such as disks carried from one person to another. Next, please. Trapdoors. These are unauthorized entry points into programs or databases. Through a trapdoor, individuals can change data or instructions without approval. For example, a programmer who has an authorized entry point into the cash collections program is able to write off accounts without proper approval. In addition to these techniques, the theft of computer time is another fraud clients face.
In several cases, employees were discovered operating their own computer businesses illegally by using their employers' computers. Auditors should be alert to the potential for these types of fraud when evaluating control risk for clients using computerized system. Next, please.
We'll discuss about the General Information System audit procedures. So first, planning and how to understanding of the audit areas and subjects. First, we have the audit areas is sensitive information, common risk, regulation, general IT architecture, and the last is control breach. So what is the sensitive information? This sensitive is naga-focus siya og identify and classifying to protect their own the sensitive data, personally identifiable information. Second is common risk. So this area is they manage the risk management processes, including the risk identification, assessment, and monitoring to assess the adequacy of risk controls across the various businesses of functions. Third is regulations. To comply the relevant laws, regulation, and industry in the standards to applicable there the organization operation. Fourth is general IT architecture. This area is examined to organization IT infrastructure, including the network, system, and applications. Last is control breach. In the event of control breach is they secure the incident to audit investigates to impact the response to taken by organization to assess the incident of detection and containment to processes to prevent the future breaches and minimize business disruptions. Second is audit subjects. So first, sensitive information policies and procedures, business practices, IT infrastructure, architecture, outsource, interview key managers, tour key, organization facility, prior audit report, environment change. Next. So they risk assessment and general audit plan. Detail the audit planning. So first, we have the failed work documentation to verify the evaluating the controls. So they verify to the auditors to conduct to understand the control of environment identity to control their assess the design adequacy to examine to supporting the documentation such as the policies, procedures, and system configurations to ensure they control the objectives and regulatory requirements. So second is the compliance test and substantive testing. To comply the test is to adherence to specific requirements is to regulatory standards to contractual agreement. They involve the reviewing the documentation, conducting and inquiries to perform the tests of control to assess whether the activities are conducted to accordance with the prescribed by the guidelines. So the reporting and follow-up. So 6 is reporting. After this, the field work is the IT auditor prepare the formal report, will summarize the audit findings and recommendation to report also the comprise ratings and opinions for the identified IT audit area. Second is the last is follow up. Is to monitor the danger whether they will also
Compliance and substantive testing. So mag-una ta sa compliance. We gather evidence with the objective of testing an organization compliance with control procedure. So basically compliance testing is determine whether employees follow policies and procedures of senior management and law and regulations from regulators. So ang example for this one is to verify configurations of router for controls, And then we have to verify change management's steps to ensure controls are effective. And the third is review of system access rights. And fourth is review of firewall settings. Ang kining firewall settings, kuan siya marag network system sa kuan sa kanabitang sa company. Tapos ang review compliance with password policy. So next. Question. Or the next one na. So, substantive testing, we gather evidence to evaluate the integrity of data, transactions, or other information. Substantive testing checks the integrity of contents. Substantive procedures are tests designed to obtain evidence to ensure the completeness, accuracy, and validity of the data. For example, is conduct a bank confirmation to test ending cash balances, observe the period and counting inventory, contact lenders to confirm the loan balances are correct, confirm the validity of inventory valuations calculations, physically match fixed asset to fixed asset records, and determining that all entries recorded in the cash disbursement journal are valid by examining supporting documents, and physical inventory of the tapes of the offsite storage locations, and compare that inventory to the organization's inventory to verify that the numbers match. And second to the last is review of the trial balance. And last is examining material journal entries and other adjustment made during the preparations of the financial statement. So, ang substantive testing is basically analyzations of data.
Evidence. The purpose of evidence is a requirement that the compliance officer's conclusions is based on sufficient competent evidence. So these are the ways to obtain evidence. First is compliance officer observation. Are employees tasked with ensuring a company follows in its internal rules and best practice policies while always complying with applicable external laws and government regulations. They apply their organizational and data management skills to identify regulatory risk, monitor company activity to confirm regulatory compliance, and then work closely with management and staff to overcome any existing compliance violations and minimize or eliminate future non-compliance. Next, please. Second is notes from interview. Generally, interviews are designed to record what witnesses to an offense observed, not what they thought about it. Nevertheless, the witnesses' opinions and institution can provide enforcement officers with leads that can be tested through asking further questions about why the witnesses think what they do. Then the main focus is, while ensuring some basic freedom in the interview, is to assist interviewees to tell their stories, all that they can recollect in a way that is most productive. This could mean that an interview on site is best or with photographs of the incident or in a quiet place away from their usual distractions. Third is internal documentation. Internal documentation is the record of all your company's internal knowledge, ranging from processes and procedures, best practices, IT and software specs, and much more. Internal documentation is intended for reference by employees to get their work done and standardized performance across the organizations. Next, please. Fourth is contract with external parties. In the context of contract law, a contract with external parties refers to an agreement made between two or more parties where at least one of the parties not an internal members of the organization but an outsider, such as supplier, customers, or service provider. Fifth is result of compliance test. Evidence collection is the process of gathering a collecting data, records, and other compliance processes, proofs to demonstrate adherence to rules, regulations, and standards. Sixth is re-performance. The repetition of an activity to observe whether the original activity was undertaken in accordance with established policies and procedures. Seventh is confirmation. A confirmation provides proof that something is true. Next, please. So, determinants of evaluating evidence. So, first is independence of the provider of the evidence. Then, second is qualification of the individual providing the information or evidence. Third is objectivity of the evidence. Then, fourth is timing of the evidence. So, these are the techniques to get the evidence. First is review IS organization structures. Second is review the IS policies and procedures. Then third is review IS documentation. Fourth is interview with appropriate personnel. Then the last one is observe process and employee performance. So that's all. Thank you.